care about today is what they refer to as your infinite journey of your soul. So where do we begin with that? Well, this is kind of like your own little love story, because it's the story of your infinite journey of your soul. This is true unconditional love. So I'm going to talk to you about this, which it's been around for many, many, many moons, as we know. And we are taught that we have, this is what we're taught, not so much what we believe, but we're taught that we have just this one life to live and experience all we can. So grab all the gusto you can get, carpe diem. But what if there's actually more? What if this is an infinite cycle where our souls live over and over again? Now, just so you know, NSAC does not necessarily agree with this thought or teach it, but we are open to providing information, so you choose to embrace it or turn away from it. So what if we truly are old souls? A few of the references that I use today come in fact from one of our many books that we as spiritualists embrace and encourage everyone to have a copy of, Becoming a Spiritualist by H. Gordon Burroughs. This is a book that we highly recommend to both old and new spiritualists. You'll get something out of it every time you pick it up. So who determines the proper care and feeding of your soul? What do you believe feeds your soul? Well, Pollo Tropical says a warm smile feeds the soul, along with a lot of beans and rice. So we can agree with that statement. A truly genuine, heartfelt smile can truly transform someone's entire day or even their lifetime. That is both benefit to the giver and the receiver. So, do you feed on the things you read, the writings expressed by Deepak Chopra or Marilyn Audrey, whose books we do have? I got a fresh stock from Marilyn this past week, so we have Home Circle and others, so definitely check those out. So does that feed your soul? We're blessed to be able to access their writings to add some fertilizer to your soul crop. Who feeds your soul? Well, all of the above, but first and foremost, you. You are responsible for the care and feeding of your soul, just like your pets. Just as you're responsible for watering your plants and grasses, proper nutrients to feed your body, which in this life temporarily houses your soul. So as a true spiritualist, I have been taught that I have a responsibility to others as well as myself. I have a responsibility to teach, to spread the word. This fact being true, our first thought is to teach the world man's responsibility, that truly as a man thinketh, so is he. Teach yourself and others to master the concept of going within. Spend time truly alone with your soul. As you sit in the silence of understanding, the silence of the love, the silence of the knowing, don't doubt that the knowledge you attain through this practice is your true power. Master it. The blessing of spirit is what we wait for in the silence. Attune. The peace will overcome you. Then, It is your responsibility to let the vision out. Trust that Spirit is doing their part to feed your soul. Truly rely and trust that they will be there to do their part if you do yours. And it takes a lot of dedication, but once Spirit knows your intent is pure, they will work with you. I wrote down some of these notes a couple weeks ago, listening to other speakers. I sat in the silence, and my primary guide stepped in. She told me not to worry about the material I was to present today. Spirit is always there to assist and to trust her. The information that needs to be presented will come, and it does. I sat in the silence and listened. It was her turn. I wrote down the messages as fast as I could. I stopped, processed, listened, and heard more. I picked up the pen again. I didn't pay attention to the words I wrote. As I sat to gather my thoughts and prepared to type what I felt needed to be said today, I viewed those notes I had remembered from weeks ago. I did not recognize the material. I did not say those things that I now typed up. That is not the way I speak. I read the words and they deeply resonate with me. I absorb and understand the meaning, but trust me, it does not come from me. I will not take the credit for the thoughts. Spirit was there channeling through me what they, in all their knowing, now presented. I am not saying that I'm not capable of getting up here and presenting a talk on my journey to this point in my life now. All of us can do that. I have many things to say, and sometimes they'll even make a little bit of sense. Something I say to you will sink in, but I have gotten to this stage in my spiritual development through the long and winding road. The process of Spirit recommended self-education. Much was formal, as I spent the first 12 years of my religious education in the lovely Catholic school system, but much through my force feeding of my own soul along the way. I sit in the silence and attune to Spirit, and have traveled many miles with Spirit alongside me. It has truly taught me a lot. I can say that I am a spiritualist. I am a medium. I have made a conscious choice, as many of you do, to give a huge part of me and my life to Spirit, to doing Spirit's work, to allow them to step in with me. I have learned to allow this. I have talked the talk and then chosen to walk the walk because I have learned to trust. I put my faith in Spirit and what they tell me, but also what they show me. So, is this all? Absolutely not. Not only is there proof of life after death, but there is that consoling knowledge that husband and wife, mother and son, sweetheart, friend, who though leaving the visible and going ahead to the seemingly invisible, yet still stand guard over, direct, protect, and lead us. It is the consolation of knowing that we shall once again be with those who have gone before us. Kiss the lips longed for, nestle close to the forms of those we hold dear. Grasp the sturdy hands of fathers and brothers and see that veil lift, meeting again in that unbroken circle of God's ever-present eternity. Enter into the silence. Go with your soul as it journeys. Spiritualism has gotten a bad rap. No pun intended. Sorry. Over the years, there have been all kinds of charlatans and fakes exposed. They posed as true demonstrators and communicators to the dead. They staged bogus seances and performed all kinds of ridiculous parlor tricks. Spirit got as tired of that as the public did. Most of them were weeded out and exposed. If you want, there's a History Channel film on Houdini. Everybody knows Houdini. After the death of his most beloved mother, he went from one medium to another, trying to make contact with her. One of the most famous spiritualists at the time was Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, creator of the great Sherlock Holmes. He did what he could through his celebrity for the cause of spiritualism. His wife was one of the mediums at the time that Houdini actually declared to be fake. Till the day he himself died, he never truly believed he had made actual contact through a genuine and sincere medium with his mother. I guess he just went through all the fakes, and his money could not buy a true medium. He offered compensation up to $20,000 at the time, and that was a lot of money back then. Those of us that do this don't do it for sensationalism or fame. I can't speak for the Long Island medium or anybody like that. So how did all that progress to this sometimes hysteria you see? We as true spiritualists believe that through our dedication and work with Spirit, we truly can help people, console those in the stages of grief, those who seek answers and guidance to their questions. So back to what we opened with. Who is feeding your soul? Is your soul starving? Does it need nourishment? Does it yearn for more knowledge? Does it keep you awake at night seeking more? Does it long to be fed? Well, that's why you're here today, because you have stepped forward and acknowledged that there is more, or at least the very strong possibility. Your soul has led you here today to be fed, whether it be in here or in the fellowship hall. So I leave you with a thought to contemplate before you sit down again in the silence. What am I? Born am I? I am what I am, a soul immortal, garbed as a man, as much of God as God I know, as much of man as man I show. So go and thirst or hunger no more, because you have that power within you. You are the one responsible for the care and feeding of your soul. Don't leave it to someone else. Be proactive. Get out there and find what resonates with you, whether it be sitting in here on Sunday or attending a class or a workshop or reading a book. or finding someone that you truly trust, that you want to sit in the silence with and develop as well into your own powerful source, your own being. You are solely responsible. Don't leave it up to someone else. So I thank you for listening to that, what Spirit brought us today. And I can honestly tell you that I have not seen this material before. So I apologize sometimes as I'm reading, because it's, I'm reading it and hearing it the same as you. So blessings from Spirit. Okay.